Welcome, brave seekers of the hidden and unknown. Tonight we embark on a journey through the shadowed realms of British folklore, places where myth and legend intertwine with whispers of the supernatural. From mystical islands shrouded in eternal mists to forgotten underworlds hidden beneath ancient hills, these realms are said to hold the secrets of magic, hauntings, and lost worlds. But beware, these aren't just tales, they are echoes of something far older and far more real than we may dare to imagine. So, settle in by the fire as we journey to Britain's hidden realms. In the heart of Wales, beneath its rolling hills and ancient forests, lies the whispered tale of the Otherworld, a place where time bends, reality blurs, and the line between life and death becomes dangerously thin. Known to ancient Welsh poets as Annwn, this hidden realm was neither heaven nor hell, but something far more mysterious. Described as a land of eternal beauty and unfathomable peril, it was ruled by Arawn, a shadowy lord cloaked in silver mist. Annwn was said to be a place of otherworldly riches, where golden fields stretched beyond the horizon and feasts lasted forever. But it was no sanctuary for mortals. Those who dared to enter its enchanted lands found themselves ensnared by its magic. For though the air shimmered with eternal twilight and the lakes glowed like molten silver, beneath the surface lurked shadows eager to pull unwelcome visitors into their cold depths. One of the most famous tales recounts the encounter between Arawn and King Pwyll of Dyfed. While hunting in the thick, mist-laden woods, Pwyll became separated from his men and stumbled upon a spectral hunting party led by Arawn himself. What followed was a pact that bound Pwyll to Annwn for a year and a day, during which he wore Arawn's guise and ruled over the Otherworld. Some say that even after returning to the mortal world, Pwyll's soul remained forever touched by the cold enchantment of that hidden land. In many parts of Wales, locals still speak of ghostly lights known as corpse candles, floating above ancient barrows and burial mounds. These eerie lights are said to be portals that open fleetingly on certain nights, revealing brief glimpses of Annwn before vanishing into the dark. And then there are the sounds, low, mournful horns echoing through the hills on winter nights, believed to be Arawn's spectral hunt riding once more. The myths even warn of spectral hounds known as Cwn Annwn, great ghostly beasts with burning red eyes and fur as dark as midnight. These hounds are said to hunt down lost souls, their chilling howls piercing the night air, striking fear into all who hear them. Some say that on the coldest of nights, when the mist hangs thick and the wind howls like a chorus of spirits, you can still feel the presence of Annwn lurking just beyond the veil. A place tantalizingly close yet forever out of reach, a world of beauty, terror and eternal mystery. Was Annwn merely a poet's fantasy? Or did ancient Wales truly harbour a portal to a world beyond our own, hidden in the shadows of its hills? As the mists of the Welsh Otherworld drift away, our journey takes us to another hidden realm, shrouded in ancient magic and whispered legend, Avalon. Known as the Isle of Apples, Avalon has long held a central place in British myth, its name evoking visions of lush orchards, shimmering lakes, and a land beyond time. It is a place where the mortal world meets the mystical, a realm tied forever to the fate of one of Britain's greatest legendary figures, King Arthur. According to ancient lore, Avalon is where Arthur was taken after his final battle at Camlan, gravely wounded and in need of healing. It was said that he would rest there until a time of great need, when he would rise again to defend his people. In this way, Avalon is not just a place. It is a promise of hope, a beacon of Britain's enduring spirit. The island's mysterious nature is woven into tales of enchanted mists that surround it, ensuring that only the chosen few can find its shores. Many believed Avalon lay across the waters of Glastonbury, an ancient site long associated with mystical energy and sacred rites. Avalon's connection to powerful women is equally intriguing. Chief among them is Morgan Le Fay, Arthur's half-sister, and a formidable sorceress. Some tales depict Morgan as a healer, tending to Arthur's wounds, while others cast her as a dark enchantress, ruling over Avalon's mysteries. She's often accompanied by a sisterhood of 9 priestesses, guardians of the island's ancient magic, who wield powers beyond mortal comprehension. Yet Avalon is not a land of peace alone. Darker tales suggest that those who sought its hidden shores without invitation often met with peril. Stories abound of travellers lured by the island's beauty only to vanish without a trace. Some say they were enchanted by the island's magic, others that they were claimed by the spirits who dwell within Avalon's shadowy groves. To this day, the exact location of Avalon remains a mystery. Is it truly hidden in the waters beyond Glastonbury, veiled by the ancient mists? Or is it a realm that exists beyond our perception, accessible only to those who still believe in the power of myth and magic? One thing is certain. Avalon continues to inspire, to haunt, and to remind us of the enduring allure of Britain's ancient legends. With that, we leave the shores of this mystical isle and prepare to cross into another realm. A spectral passage steeped in haunting legend, the ghostly Brig o' Dread. As we leave the mystical Avalon behind, our path takes us northward into the rugged, untamed landscapes of Northumbria. A region steeped in ancient traditions, it is here that one of the most harrowing legends of the British Isles takes form. The Brig o' Dread, or Bridge of Dread, whispered through generations and immortalised in old funeral ballads like the Lyke-Wake Dirge. This ghostly bridge is said to be a spectral crossing between the realm of the living and the unknown afterlife. According to folklore, the Brig o' Dread appears only to those who have passed from the world of the living, but have yet to find peace. The bridge spans a bottomless abyss, shrouded in thick, impenetrable mist. Below, it is said that spirits who fail to cross are trapped forever, doomed to wander in anguish. The bridge itself is described as treacherous, razor-thin, with jagged stones embedded along the path, meant to test the purity of one's soul. It is believed that a righteous life ensures safe passage across the bridge. For those who have lived honourably, the Brig o' Dread becomes a solid, steady path. But for those burdened by sin, the bridge becomes unstable, causing them to falter and plummet into the chasm below. Once lost in the void, they are prey to unseen horrors, shadowy entities that feed on fear and despair. There are many chilling tales linked to the Brig o' Dread. One of the most famous involves a solitary traveller who ventured too far into the fog-covered hills of Northumbria one night. He claimed that out of the mist, an ancient stone bridge appeared before him. Though he was unsure of where it led, he felt compelled to cross. As he stepped onto the bridge, he heard the faint wails of souls rising from the abyss below, accompanied by the cold breath of death on his neck. Overwhelmed by terror, he turned back and fled, never speaking of what he saw until his deathbed. In another tale, an old woman recounts how she saw the Brig o' Dread in a dream. She described standing at its edge as a spectral figure beckoned her to cross. Though she hesitated, she stepped forward, finding the bridge firm beneath her feet. The dream ended before she reached the other side, and she awoke with the feeling that she had been granted a second chance at life. Beyond the tales of individual encounters, the legend of the Brig o' Dread holds symbolic meaning. In medieval times, it represented the final trial of the soul, a test that blurred the lines between Christian teachings and older pagan beliefs about the afterlife. It was a reminder that life is fleeting and that one's deeds in this world could determine their fate in the next. Even today, locals claim that, on certain misty nights, you can hear faint cries carried on the wind near the old ruins scattered across Northumbria's hills. Whether those cries belong to lost souls or are merely the eerie howls of the wind, few dare to investigate, fearing they might come face to face with the Brig o' Dread itself. As we leave the haunting echoes of the Brig o' Dread behind, we journey further north, toward the enchanted woods of Scotland, where ancient fairy legends and hidden portals lead us to the mythical realm of Elfhame. From the windswept moors of Northumbria to the shadowed woods of the Scottish lowlands, tales of a hidden realm called Elfhame echo through centuries of folklore. A place cloaked in enchantment and danger, Elfhame is said to be the otherworldly domain of the Fae, the elusive, fair folk who dwell beneath the hills and among the ancient standing stones. Elfhame isn't just a whimsical land of pixies and merry gatherings, its legends are far darker. It's whispered that those who stumble upon a portal to Elfhame, often found beneath a hollowed hill or near an ancient tree, may be lured inside by the haunting sound of fairy music. Once within the fairy realm, time twists and bends. A day spent in Elfhame may mean years or even decades passing in the mortal world. One of the most enduring tales of Elfhame tells of a mortal woman named Janet, who dared to venture into this perilous world to rescue her lover, Tam Lin, from the grip of the Faerie Queen. According to the ballad, Janet braved a moonlit forest, passing through veils of shimmering mist before reaching a fairy procession. There she pulled Tam Lin from the Queen's entourage, breaking the enchantment upon him by sheer force of will and courage. Yet, not all who enter Elfhame return with such triumph. Many stories wove of those who vanished forever after following a mysterious path through a misty glen or stepping into a ring of mushrooms. The Fae are known for their mercurial nature, kind and generous one moment, vengeful and cruel the next. To cross them, even accidentally, is to risk being cursed or trapped in their world for eternity. Elfhame's lore is deeply rooted in Celtic mythology, where the Fae are viewed as ancient spirits of the land, neither fully good nor evil, but powerful beings who demand respect. Folklore tells us that the boundary between our world and Elfhame grows thin on certain nights, such as Samhain or Beltane, when the fairy portals open wide and the Fae walk freely among the living. Even today, stories persist of travellers who claim to have glimpsed ethereal lights dancing over the moors or heard haunting, unearthly music drifting on the wind. Locals whisper of certain hills and glens where one should never linger after dusk for fear of being spirited away. Elfhame remains one of Britain's most captivating hidden realms. A mystical place where beauty and peril walk hand in hand, forever haunting the imaginations of those who dare to dream of the unseen. As we leave behind the mystical hills and ancient woods of Elfhame, we now turn our gaze to the stormy seas off Cornwall's coast. Beneath the waves lies a land whispered about for centuries, a kingdom lost to time and tide, Lyonnesse, the legendary Sunken land. Lyonnesse is said to have stretched from Cornwall to the Isles of Scilly, a prosperous and beautiful kingdom filled with grand castles, fertile fields, abundant churches, and vibrant towns. According to legend, it was a realm of enchantment and wonder, a place where knights of King Arthur's court once roamed, but its fate was sealed in a single night of catastrophe. Stories tell of a terrible storm, a tempest summoned by forces beyond comprehension. The sea rose violently, swallowing the entire kingdom beneath its churning waves. Some accounts claim that only one man survived the deluge, a farmer named Trevelyan, who escaped on horseback as the floodwaters surged behind him. His horse's hooves left imprints on the land, marking the path of his desperate flight. Even today, on stormy nights, locals claim to hear the ghostly peal of church bells from beneath the waves, tolling mournfully for the lost souls of Lyonnesse. Divers and sailors have reported strange occurrences, unexplained lights flickering beneath the surface, eerie sounds echoing through the deep, and fleeting glimpses of ancient ruins resting on the seabed. Lyonnesse's story intertwines with that of King Arthur, as some tales suggest it was here that Arthur's final battle took place before he was carried to Avalon. Others speak of an underwater realm where fairies and spirits now dwell among the ruins, guarding the secrets of the lost kingdom. Is Lyonnesse merely a cautionary tale of nature's wrath, or could remnants of this fabled land still lie hidden beneath the waves, waiting to be rediscovered? As with many legends, the line between history and myth blurs, leaving us to ponder the mysteries of what might have been. From the sunken kingdom of Lyonnesse, we journey inland to an eerie and enchanted place that lies at the heart of one of Britain's most enduring legends, the story of Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Hidden deep within the ancient forests of England, the Green Chapel is said to be a gateway to a mystical realm, a place where the boundary between our world and the supernatural thins to a mere whisper. In Arthurian legend, Sir Gawain, one of King Arthur's bravest knights, was challenged by a mysterious figure known as the Green Knight. After a year's time, Gawain embarked on a perilous quest to meet the knight once more at the Green Chapel, where his fate would be sealed. The journey took him through dense ancient woods, past shadowy glades, and across treacherous moors. The Green Chapel itself was no ordinary chapel. It was described as a hollow hill, overgrown with moss and ivy, blending so seamlessly into the surrounding forest that it seemed a part of nature itself. The Green Chapel is often seen as a representation of the wild, untamed magic of nature. It is a place where the old gods still hold sway, where nature's raw power is both beautiful and terrifying. Some tales suggest that those who stumble upon the Green Chapel unbidden may find themselves trapped in an endless loop of time, forever wandering its enchanted woods. Beyond the legend of Gawain, there are whispers of ghostly apparitions near the site. Travellers have reported strange occurrences, eerie green lights flickering in the darkness, the sound of a deep, echoing voice calling out from the shadows, and a chilling wind that carries whispers of ancient songs. Whether the Green Chapel exists as a physical location or remains hidden within the folds of myth, its story continues to captivate those who seek to uncover the mysteries of Britain's enchanted past. For in every rustle of leaves, every shadow that shifts in the forest, one might just glimpse the Green Knight, waiting patiently for those brave enough to answer his call. We now head back up north, beneath the rugged landscapes of Scotland. Where the rolling hills stretch far into the horizon lies a realm shrouded in mystery and ancient legend, the Underworld of the Picts. This hidden kingdom is said to be a labyrinthine world beneath the earth, home to a long-lost civilization and powerful supernatural beings. The Picts, known as the Painted People by the Romans, were a mysterious and fierce people who inhabited northern Scotland. Renowned for their warlike prowess and enigmatic culture, the Picts vanished from recorded history in the early medieval period, leaving behind only fragments of their existence, stone carvings, hill forts, and whispers of an underground world. According to ancient Scottish lore, the Picts did not merely disappear. They retreated into the hills, descending into an underworld kingdom hidden beneath the earth. This subterranean realm, known as Shean Du, is said to be accessible only through secret entrances concealed within certain hills and cairns across the Highlands. Legend has it that those who enter the underworld without permission may never return, their souls claimed by the spirits who guard the Pictish realm. Travellers have long reported strange occurrences near these ancient sites. Some speak of eerie lights emanating from hilltops on moonless nights, while others claim to hear faint drumming and chanting echoing from deep within the earth. There are even tales of shepherds and hunters who ventured too close to these sacred places and vanished without a trace, their fate forever unknown. One of the most famous tales associated with the underworld of the Picts involves the Faerie hill of Aberfoyle, where Reverend Robert Kirk, a 17th century minister and folklorist, is said to have encountered the hidden realm. Kirk, fascinated by local legends, wrote extensively about fairies and the otherworldly beings believed to inhabit the hills. One fateful night, he is said to have disappeared while walking near the hill, with some claiming he was taken by the fairy folk to serve as an emissary between their world and ours. The legend of the Pictish underworld is not merely confined to oral folklore. Archaeological discoveries of underground stone chambers known as souterrains across Scotland have fueled speculation about an ancient subterranean culture. While historians suggest these structures may have been used for storage or refuge, local legends insist they are remnants of the Picts' hidden kingdom. In modern times, the hills of Scotland remain steeped in an air of mystery. Hikers and adventurers who venture near ancient cairns and stone circles often report an inexplicable feeling of unease, as though unseen eyes are watching them from beneath the earth. Some even claim to have glimpsed shadowy figures moving through the mist, disappearing into the hills as quickly as they appeared. The underworld of the Picts continues to captivate the imagination, a blend of history, myth, and haunting folklore. Whether it is merely a tale spun from ancient fears or a hidden realm waiting to be discovered, this legend reminds us of the enduring allure of the unknown. Should you ever wander through the misty Scottish Highlands and hear the distant sound of drumming beneath your feet, take heed. You may have found the path to the lost kingdom of the Picts, where ancient spirits dwell in eternal shadow. As we leave the mysterious underworld of the Picts behind, our journey brings us to the heart of both England and Wales, where ancient burial mounds and rolling hills hide an ancient secret. These are the Hollow Hills, said to be the hidden realms of the fairies, mystical beings with powers beyond human comprehension. Legends of the Hollow Hills go back centuries, tied to the Celtic belief in the Eos She, or the She supernatural race inhabiting these mounds. Many of these hills were once believed to be gateways to other worlds, entrances guarded by unseen forces. Travellers passing near them at twilight often spoke of hearing faint music, eerie yet alluring, drifting on the evening breeze. Those foolish enough to follow the sound sometimes vanished without a trace, believed to have been taken by the fairies into their underground courts. In both England and Wales, stories abound of mortals who were drawn into these hidden realms. Some returned after what felt like hours, only to discover that years had passed in the mortal world. These tales were whispered to warn others of the dangers of venturing too close to the ancient mounds at night, when the veil between worlds was at its thinnest. One of the most famous tales comes from Welsh folklore, where a shepherd named Gwyn ap Neath, said to be a ruler of the Faerie Otherworld, guided lost souls into his realm beneath the hills. His domain was described as a place of eternal twilight, filled with enchanting beauty and haunting shadows. In England, the legend of Wayland's smithy tells of a fairy blacksmith who would shoe a traveller's horse in exchange for a silver coin left atop a mound. To this day, some believe these hollow hills hold the spirits of ancient craftsmen, kings and fairy lords who once walked among us. Though time has passed and belief in these stories has waned, the eerie beauty of the hollow hills remains. Standing atop one of these ancient mounds at dusk, with the wind whispering through the grass, one can't help but wonder what truly lies beneath. Will you dare visit the hollow hills and listen for the fairy music, or will you wisely steer clear as those who knew the old stories once did? As the final echoes of the fairy music fade and the last light of twilight sinks into darkness, we return once more to the warmth of the fireside. Tonight, we've ventured through realms that lie hidden just beyond the veil of our world, places spoken of in ancient tales and feared by those who once believed. These are not merely stories of the past. They are whispers of forgotten realms, echoes of a time when magic and the mundane coexisted, and the line between our world and the unknown was perilously thin. If you've enjoyed this journey, we invite you to stay with us. There are countless more tales waiting to be uncovered, hauntings, myths, legends, and the hidden magic of the British Isles. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our membership for exclusive content. Thank you for joining us by the fire tonight. Until next time, stay curious and keep the magic alive.